Toynado!
Hi, I'm Anthony. As noisy as a barking marsh frog, as poisonous as a southern corroboree frog, but as cute as a green and golden bell frog, possibly just as endangered. And with me is a man who's donned the Hawaiian shirt, put on his chains, wrapped on his sunglasses. It's Pete.
Today's episode is all about punk frogs. Oh, yeah! Punk frogs are an incomplete set with only 2 of the 4 frogs made into toys in the late 80s and early 90s. The first one to come out was Genghis Frog, which was released in 1989. Now I only have the action figure, which I gained from a second-hand shop. Here's the closest to what you'll find matching up to the cartoon. The next one which we have is the Napoleon Bullfrog, which came out later in 1990 and looks nothing like the cartoon version. In fact, I could not find any reason on why they changed the design when the frog was released in toy form.
Pete, I love the look of Napoleon Bonafrog. I thought he was really cool. I mean, sure, Genghis Frog looks just like the cartoon, but I suppose the way they made the Ninja Turtles figures, they had to put a bit of twist on it so he looked just that little bit different and make you want to buy it. And Pete, yeah, I was always bummed they didn't make the other 2 frogs. Like, how cool would that have been as a kid? Having the Ninja Turtles against the punk frogs.
For the people playing at home, here are the names of the other frogs. Attila the Frog and Rasputin the Mad Frog. A very quick recap of their storyline. There was orange mutagen that got leaked out in Florida, which also created Leatherhead. We have done a recording of that earlier. And 4 frogs got mutated. Shredder found the frogs and decided to take them on and train them under the foot soldiers' martial arts and basically train them to defeat the turtles. And the names that he gave them were the inspiration of what he found to be world conquerors. And very opposite to Splinters, where he picked the names because of the goodness they did. The weapons of the frogs were very different to the turtles. So Attila the Frog wields a morning star. Genghis Frog wields an axe. Napoleon Bullfrog wields a whip. And Rasputin the Mad Frog wields a bow and trick arrows.
Hold on a sec, Pete. A morning star, an axe, a whip, and a bow and arrow?
Yes?
Are they weapons the foot soldiers usually use?
I know you're going somewhere with this.
Are they weapons ninjas use?
Of course.
In fact, are they weapons that would go up against the Ninja Turtles' weapons well at all? Ah, that Shredder. Even when he tries to win, he plans to fail.
The whole point is they're different weapons. The turtles can get smashed by them. Punk frogs forever! Raw! Okay, let's get back to the toys themselves. We'll have a quick look at Genghis Frog. He is the leader of punk frogs. His accessories were razor sharp boogie board. He had surf shades. He had a tongue gun, which licked the foot at 20 paces. So he used to use that to knock out foot soldiers. He had a belt which held cola can grenades. Gave the foot a fizzy problem when he threw them and they exploded. Where did they come up with this stuff? His articulation was that his head could rotate left and right. Basically rotate right around. His arms could move up and down. Each wrist could turn. He had the socket joints for his legs, but that was basically it. We'll just rotate around and look at his outfit, what he's got on, and a lot of chains, a lot of bling. And next up we'll do Napoleon Bonafrog. The accessories he came with was a Serpent Slasher, a foot swatter, which is always odd because the next toy, which is Flyboy, the mutant fly friend, he has a swatter, but I guess it's for foot soldiers and it's got a theme.
Ah, so he's kind of like the wingnut to my Screwloose. Wait, Screwloose to my wingnut? Screwloose was a little guy, like your little guy.
I remember being so happy about Flyboy because in my mind as a kid, it was like a bonus action figure, so 2 for the price of 1. And then we've got the sewer gas shield, which I used to have, but I used to have all of this, but over time I did lose some. If only I could send a message back to a younger Peter and say, make sure you bag all your toys. Put all the accessories and the toy in one bag. That way you'll know where they are, and I'd have a better collection to show you guys. The good thing is I did pick up the Serpent Slasher on our Sydney toy hunt, which is a very good find. The Articulation is a little bit different. He has a full 360 turn of his head. The arms again go up and down. One arm has the wrist that rotates around, and the other one's got the forearm and not the wrist. And then their sockets for their foot joints are the same. His feet were amazing. I just used to love the fact that you could like pretend to, crush anyone with his big feet. So he was one of my favourite toys to play with, partly because of Flyboy, but also the big feet in the action figure itself.
I remember seeing Napoleon Bonafrog on the back of the packet. I always thought, while he does look different, he looks really cool. In fact, Pete, here's one of the things from your collection that really impressed me when I first saw it.
Why, thank you. I'll take it, Anthony. I'll take it.
Pete, I think on our next collectibles trip, I'm going to have to try to track this one down for my collection. So Pete, I believe you also have a modern version of our punk frog friends.
I definitely do, and we'll just do a quick 360 around. Don't worry, won't go in much detail, because we're talking about the old ones, but these are very, very cool, as you can see.
Now Pete, did you know that Napoleon Bonafrog also shows up in the Nickelodeon series of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? And he's once again a different version. So in the Nickelodeon series, he's more like Napoleon Dynamite.
I know you're setting me up for this, but I can't help it, because it was the same actor.
If I remember rightly, the other frogs also show up in it. So, as you can see by this Nickelodeon-styled action figure, he definitely looks a bit different, and all his accessories are a spear. Thanks for watching our episode on the punk frogs from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoons. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and in the comments, why don't you tell us which of the punk frogs you identify with? I'm Napoleon Bonafrog. I'm from the bayou. I'm here with all my punk frog brothers. Now we're on the side of good. We're gonna fight the shredder.